Hey everyone, this is Witcher, the Wandering Wizard, and I'm coming to you on Monday, August 6th. My apologies, I was actually out of town for the last week, and so I didn't get a reading up for last week, and I didn't put any kind of notification saying that I was going to be out of town. It was kind of a sudden thing. So my apologies for that. And then yesterday, I didn't get the reading done because I got back in town midweek, and it was just kind of hectic trying to get everything um, running again in my life once I got back into town. So my apologies that this is coming to you a day late. But this is the energy forecast for the week of the 5th through the 11th. So, and again, this is the Twin Flame, Twin Within energy report. That's where I take a look at both the masculine and feminine energies and take heed of both of them. But if you identify yourself more as a masculine type personality, then your opportunity is to look at the feminine energy card and really see where that's pointing at you to grow and learn, and vice versa. If you really identify yourself as more of a feminine personality type, then take a look at the card from the masculine energy, and that's your opportunity for greatest growth and understanding this week. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it. So the card that came up for the feminine energy this week is the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse. It's also sometimes called the High Priest. Um, so normally in a lot of tarot readers, they see the Hierophant as because it's in the original deck, it was like a bishop or a pope. It was some high up authority figure in the Roman Catholic Church. So a lot of people see that as having to do with regulations and rules and conformity and rules of society and things like that, right? Like marriage and whatnot. I have a different take on the Hierophant. So for me, the Hierophant is represents one's ability to take the spiritual knowledge and understanding and wisdom gained through your connection to spirit via the High Priestess card, and then be able to communicate that externally effectively, right? So, wisdom and knowledge have two uses. And you can see the Hierophant here is represented by Chiron, the wounded healer. So Chiron is this centaur in Greek mythology, and he was an incredibly knowledgeable person who was actually Hercules' mentor, and he was teaching Hercules everything, how to read, how to write, all kinds of different knowledge, and then all kinds of different physical sports-based stuff as well, including how to archery, how to shoot a bow and arrow. Unfortunately, during one of their training exercises, Hercules accidentally shot Chiron with a poisoned arrow. And since Chiron is immortal, he was poisoned, and the wound never healed, but he never died. And so he spent years and years and years researching a cure for his predicament. And because of his constant search for a cure of his predicament, he was able to actually teach a lot of that knowledge to other people. And he was able to help many, many other people from all the knowledge and wisdom that he gained. And he was able to teach others and help others. And so to me, that's the Hierophant. Is there's knowledge and wisdom that you gain to help yourself. That's the internal application of knowledge and wisdom. But then there's the external application of knowledge and wisdom, which is being able to effectively communicate that knowledge and wisdom to others. And that's how knowledge and wisdom helps society. So that's how we create societies. We wouldn't have societies if we weren't able to effectively share our information with each other. You just wouldn't have it, right? The society is built on that idea of effective communication with each other. So that's the Hierophant for me. Now, the Hierophant in reverse means that we're having an opportunity to see in our lives where we can improve our ability to express our internal knowledge, our internal wisdom, our internal selves, our inner truth more effectively to those around us. Because if you can't communicate something effectively, you basically can't communicate. That was actually a big lesson in A Clockwork Orange. That's why they were getting rid of, if you've ever read the book A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess, I highly recommend it. One of the things that the dictatorship was doing, that the totalitarian regime was doing, was getting rid of words out of the dictionary, out of the English language, and getting it down to about 2,500 words. Because if you don't have words to express an idea, you can't have that idea. You can't share it with anyone. It doesn't do, again, it's one of the ways that you can control society is by reducing our ability to communicate with each other. So the Hierophant is an incredibly important archetype in society. And that's why it's so important for society, because it's external. It's the external communication of your inner knowing. It's the effective external communication of your inner knowing. And by effective is when you speak it to 10 people, do all 10 people get the same understanding of what you just said? Or do they all walk away with 10 different understandings of what they all walk away with different understandings of what you just said that was not effective. You communicated something, but it wasn't effective communication because you didn't have precision. You didn't have everyone walking away with a very similar understanding of what you just said. So that's the effectiveness part, right? So let's take a look for the feminine energies. Let's take a look in our lives where we can communicate more effectively our inner truth, our inner knowing, our inner wisdom. So that's the Hierophant. That's the feminine energies. So for the masculine energy, we got the Five of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords. All right. So Five of Swords, a couple different meanings. One of them is, let's take a look. You got the guy. You got three students there. It looks like they had a competition of some sorts, and the student in the yellow vest won and is sort of picking up his prize. But the other two students, the one in the blue and the red, they're walking away very despondently, very upset, very despondent, and we're not really sure why. So here's where the couple of multiple readings come into this card. So on the one hand, you could say that they were upset at losing, and so there's that attachment to winning. And when you lose something, you can't lose gracefully, right? And this goes in kind of all areas of life, where when we have a loss or a change, a change in our lives is actually a loss. When you change one job for another, you're losing one job to gain another job. When you move a house and you change residence, you're losing one place, and you're gaining a different place. So change, there's always loss involved in change. There's also always gain involved in change. It's not always loss. But a lot of the times we only focus on the loss. And so it's this card is talking about how to let go of our attachments, and see, like the gain as well as the loss. And so the other potential reading for this card is that the student in the yellow really kind of, he was focused on winning at all costs. And because of his bad sportsmanlike conduct, the other two students were they're just like, all right, we're out of here. Yeah, you won, but you didn't win gracefully, and we just don't want to interact with you anymore. So it's the idea of winning at all costs, or being a poor winner, a poor sportsman. And so with this card in reverse, we can actually look at both of those areas in our lives. Where are we being poor winners? Where are we trying to win at all costs and potentially distancing people from us? And where are we hanging on to our attachments and not being able to let go of things gracefully? So kind of a two-sided message there for the Five of Swords in reverse. So that is the masculine, and the masculine energy, that's something that, is often, I would say both of these cards worked very well, because the feminine energy is often, it's really our center of communication. So learning how to take that internal knowing, you know it yourself really well, but when somebody asks you, well, what do you mean by that? Can you give them a really accurate explanation of your understanding? And that's where the phrase comes, or the idea comes, that in order to be able to teach something, you actually have to learn it better yourself, because you have to figure out all the boundaries of that idea and that feeling, right? You have to really define it carefully, so that when you explain it to somebody else, they get a clear picture in their mind of what you're trying to express. And then for the masculine energy, the masculine energy is all about going out and doing. And so there's a constant tug of war, between the winning at all costs, and then being really upset when you lose something. So I think the energies worked out really well for that. But what the cards are telling us is to take a look in your life and see where you can work on these two different factors of life, and see where we can improve upon that. Okay, that being said, the Oracle card, I always pull an Oracle card from the Colette Baron-Reid's Enchanted Map series. I really like this series a lot. I think it works really well for our journeys in life. And the card that I got was Sad Embrace. Yeah, it's a little better with the light. Sad Embrace. Okay, and I'm going to read that for you. Number 45, Sad Embrace. Loss is a part of life. Let go and allow time to heal you. Very apropos, I think, for our Five of Swords. Upright. You may be entering into a period where loss is a theme. Perhaps you're having to let go of a long-cherished dream. If so, take heart, for this ending may have been for your highest good. A better and more powerful dream will be realized in your life if you can accept the loss. Relationships based on faulty foundations are meant to end at this time. Disappointment is a form of perception. If your expectations weren't met, a sense of loss arises, along with sadness and grief. Express these emotions. Tears are like healing rain that can restore life to a parched inner landscape. Growth is always assured. Whatever the loss, however great it is, let go and experience your feelings so that you may soon see what beauty lies ahead. Excellent message. Thank you, Colette. Okay, that's it for the week. I hope you all have a great week, and I apologize for the unannounced absence, and next time I will put up a little blurb saying that if I have to miss a week because I'm out of town, I'll put up a blurb letting everybody know. Or I'll try and do one in advance, and we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure if I can tune into the energies in advance, but I'll give it a try. Anyway, I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you later.